released a rather very interesting insight report that tells you exactly how much the Indiana Fever's social media engagements are actually monetarily worth.
You won't believe what just happened in the WNBA. A new report has officially shattered every debate, every argument, every who really drives this league conversation, and it did it in the most brutal, numbers-driven way possible. The Indiana Fever's social media just got valued at a staggering $55 million. Yes, $55 million. And no, that's not a typo. That's not exaggeration. That's real, cold, hard data. Forbes released this study in partnership with STN Digital and Zoom Analytics, and what it revealed about Caitlin Clark's impact is nothing short of jaw-dropping. While fans argued about star power and cultural relevance all season long, the numbers have now spoken, and they've spoken in a language that even the loudest skeptics can't ignore. Think about it for a second. Social media is the new currency in sports today. Every post, every highlight, every behind-the-scenes clip has a measurable monetary value. Brands, sponsors, and advertisers are watching, calculating, and cashing in. This isn't just fan excitement or hype. Every like, every share, every comment is a signal. And those signals now have a price tag. In the case of the Indiana Fever, that price tag is astronomical, $55 million worth of social media impact. And let me put that in perspective for you. The second-place team, the Dallas Wings, comes in at $861 million. That's right, 5 times smaller. A gap of over $46 million. Not close, not even a race. A completely different stratosphere. And who's driving this tidal wave of engagement? One name, Caitlin Clark. Let's be real for a moment. The WNBA has always struggled to get mainstream media attention. Even talented teams, even superstar players, often get lost in the shuffle. But Caitlin Clark, she doesn't just move the needle, she breaks it. She redefines it. She drags the entire Indiana Fever franchise into relevance, and in the process, she's rewriting the playbook on what star power means in women's basketball. Fans are showing up to see her. Social media engagement explodes. Sponsorship deals multiply. Advertisers start calculating what it would cost to replicate this kind of exposure. And they realize they can't. Not without her. Let's break it down. The study tracked over 20,000 pieces of content across Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube throughout the entire 2025 season. They didn't just count posts, they analyzed every impression, every like, every comment, every share, and even calculated the equivalent advertising value if brands tried to replicate that reach through paid media. This wasn't guesswork or opinion, it was a meticulous, data-driven look at how influence translates into tangible, measurable value. The Fever posted consistently, keeping fans engaged from game day highlights to behind-the-scenes moments, to social interactions that felt personal, authentic, and compelling. But the impact? Unmatched. They racked up 1.17 billion impressions and 38.73 million engagements. That's right, billion with a B. To put that into perspective, many professional sports teams, including some NBA and NFL franchises, don't hit that kind of visibility in an entire year. And all of it fueled by one player, Caitlin Clark. Her ability to capture attention, drive conversation, and create shareable moments is what turned ordinary posts into an unstoppable engagement engine. One single YouTube video by The Fever was valued at $750,000 in advertising equivalents. One video, not a series, not a carefully orchestrated campaign, just a single clip. That's more than some entire teams generate all season long. It's not hyperbole to say that this is domination on an entirely different playing field. While other teams are still chasing impressions, trying to spark conversations, and building campaigns around general highlights. So now, let's see how the other teams stack up. Second place, Dallas Wings, $8.61 million. Amazing year. Engagement up 55%. Social value climbing 34%, but still nowhere near the fever. Third place, Las Vegas Aces, $7.64 million. Dynasty team, multiple championships, star power galore, but social media engagement doesn't match the fever. Fourth place, New York Liberty, $7.5 million. Big market, big city, yet still no comparison. Fifth place, Chicago Sky, $635 million. A solid team with solid players, but still almost $49 million behind the fever. The gap isn't closed. It isn't a debate. Caitlin Clark's influence isn't just significant. It's a league-defining force. This report doesn't just prove that star power matters, it shouts it. The league has long pushed the message of egalitarianism, that all players are equally important. But the data says otherwise. Fans are drawn to stars. They buy jerseys of their favorite players. They tune in to watch specific athletes. And if the league doesn't embrace that reality, they're leaving millions, literally, on the table. For the Fever, Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a business asset. Every post she inspires, every highlight she creates, translates directly into real revenue. Sponsorships, advertising deals, partnerships. And that revenue? It dwarfs the numbers of every other team in the league. This also changes the strategy. Teams now have a blueprint. Talent plus visibility equals exponential growth. But the first step is recognizing the truth. One player can redefine the entire franchise. And that's exactly what Caitlin Clark has done. The most fascinating part? Even after the season ended, the Fever didn't stop posting Clark content. They kept fans engaged, kept the content flowing, kept the interaction alive. That's smart business. Social media isn't just about wins and losses. It's about engagement, impressions, influence. And when your audience genuinely wants to see content, you feed them. You ride that wave, you don't pull back. That's exactly what the Fever are doing. And it's paying off in ways no other WNBA team can touch. It's worth understanding exactly how these numbers were calculated. STN Digital and Zoom Analytics used a metric called social value, which estimates what advertisers would have to pay to achieve the same exposure through paid media. $55 million in social value means the Fever delivered that kind of reach organically, without spending a single dollar on advertising. That's pure fan-driven growth, pure market value generated by the interest in one player. Other teams may have strong social media teams, but if your players aren't compelling, your content won't perform. The Fever's success proves it's not just strategy, it's star power that drives engagement. What does this tell the WNBA as a whole? One thing, if you want real growth, you need stars. You need players who capture attention, drive conversation, and build communities. Championships matter, but engagement drives revenue. Social media is the new playing field, and Caitlin Clark is already in the end zone. Teams that don't adapt will continue falling behind. $55 million, $8.61 million is a wake-up call. That's not small, that's seismic. Other franchises now have a choice. Innovate, embrace star power, and learn from the Fever, or risk being left in the dust. Think about it. This isn't just about dollars. This is cultural influence, a phenomenon that goes far beyond spreadsheets and social media metrics. Caitlin Clark isn't just scoring points on the court. She's shaping the very narrative of the WNBA. She's inspiring new fans, capturing attention in ways once reserved for male athletes, and proving that women's basketball can dominate the digital landscape, generate buzz, and create lasting excitement in a way the league has never seen before. This isn't casual engagement. This is cultural momentum, a ripple effect that transforms casual viewers into devoted followers, and casual followers into lifelong fans of the Fever and the league itself. Every share, every comment, every viral clip adds another chapter to this unfolding story. It's not just about visibility. It's about influence. Every highlight fuels conversations across living rooms, offices, and social feeds. Every post ignites debates, reactions, and discussions. Every behind-the-scenes glimpse or electrifying play strengthens the bond between Caitlin Clark and her fans, solidifying her presence not just as a player, but as a brand, a phenomenon, and a cultural icon. This engagement doesn't just create fans, it builds a community, a network of people who are emotionally invested, sharing her story, amplifying her impact, and increasing the value of every interaction along the way. And the result? A staggering $55 million valuation that no other team comes even close to touching. To put that into perspective, the gap between the Fever and the next closest team is astronomical. One player, one franchise, rewriting what is possible for women's professional basketball. This is the kind of impact that changes the rules of the game, forcing every other team in the league to rethink strategy, marketing, and fan engagement. Caitlin Clark isn't just winning. She's creating a blueprint for success that others can study, but may never replicate. The Fever aren't just benefiting. They're setting a new standard for what star power, cultural relevance, and social media dominance can achieve in professional sports. For fans of Caitlin Clark and the Fever, this report is validation. It confirms what you already know. She is the driving force, the reason people tune in, the reason the Fever are suddenly in the conversation for best-run franchise, engagement-wise, in the WNBA. Every highlight she posts, every behind-the-scenes clip, every electrifying performance on the court translates into measurable attention, engagement, and ultimately, value. Fans aren't just watching games. They're participating, sharing, debating, and spreading the Fever's influence across social media at levels this league has never seen before. Clark doesn't just create excitement on game day. She creates momentum that lasts long after the final buzzer, keeping the conversation alive and the fans deeply invested. For skeptics and old-school fans, it's a reality check. Multiple players may be talented, but influence is measurable. And right now, Clark dominates that measure. It's no longer enough to look at stats or championship rings alone. Engagement metrics tell a story that can't be argued away. One player's charisma, marketability, and ability to connect with fans have turned a team into a social media powerhouse. The numbers don't just hint at her impact, they scream it, making it impossible for anyone to claim that WNBA growth is equally distributed. And for the league, this is more than just proof. It's a blueprint for the future. The path forward is clear. Embrace your stars, build content around them, and let engagement dictate growth. Invest in players who inspire interaction, whose highlights go viral, and whose personalities resonate beyond the hardwood. The WNBA now has a model to follow, a combination of elite performance and marketable presence that drives revenue, sponsorships, and cultural relevance. Every team can learn from the Fever's approach, but they must first accept the reality that star power matters. This isn't a trend, it's the new standard. For the league to thrive, it must cultivate and celebrate these standout personalities. Clark shows exactly how transformative one player can be, and how a single franchise can leverage that influence to change the game entirely. Let's recap. Indiana Fever social media value, $55 million second. Place, Dallas Wings, $861 million third place. Las Vegas Aces, $7.64 million fourth place. New York Liberty, $7.5 million fifth place. Chicago Sky, $635 million one player, one season. One franchise, changing the game. One video is worth $750,000 in ad value, 38.73 million engagements, 1.17 billion impressions. This isn't luck. This is impact. This is dominance. This is Caitlin Clark. The WNBA is growing, but it's growing around stars. The days of evenly distributed attention across teams and players are over. Caitlin Clark isn't just moving the needle. She's rewriting the rules, showing the league exactly what it looks like when a single player becomes a cultural and digital force to be reckoned with. Every highlight she delivers, every electrifying shot she makes, every candid behind-the-scenes moment shared on social media isn't just content. It's a catalyst. It drives conversation, sparks debates, and keeps fans coming back week after week. She has transformed the way we measure influence in women's basketball, proving that performance alone isn't enough. Connection, personality, and visibility are equally vital. Social media, engagement, sponsorship, and cultural relevance. They all start and end with one thing: capturing attention. And right now, no one does it better than Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. From Instagram stories to viral TikTok clips, from X threads to YouTube highlights, Clark's impact stretches across every platform. Fans don't just watch, they interact, share, and amplify her influence. This is engagement on a scale the league has rarely, if ever, seen. One player is driving a franchise's entire digital footprint, attracting attention not just locally, but nationwide and even globally. That level of influence changes the rules of competition off the court just as much as it does on it. If you thought the WNBA was evenly balanced, think again. The numbers don't lie, the data doesn't argue, and the results speak for themselves. 55 million in social media value, one player leading the way. The rest of the league, scrambling to catch up in a race they didn't even realize they were losing. That gap isn't just significant, it's seismic. It's a clear message that influence, visibility, and marketability are now as critical as points, assists, and rebounds. Teams that fail to recognize this reality risk being left behind, no matter how skilled their rosters may be. Caitlin Clark isn't just a star, she's a phenomenon, a trendsetter, a blueprint for the next generation of athletes who will dominate not just through their talent, but through the way they connect with fans, brands, and culture itself. She's showing the league what is possible when talent meets strategy, charisma, and the power of social media. And make no mistake, the world and the WNBA just got the wake-up call of a lifetime. The question now isn't whether Clark can dominate, it's how fast the rest of the league can catch up to her, or if they'll even be able to at all. The Fever aren't just winning games. They're rewriting the very playbook of women's professional basketball,